English winners. Do you want to travel or do business in the United States? Then you will need a non-immigrant visa. So here is how to get a non-immigrant visa to the U.S. A non-immigrant visa is important for traveling or doing short-term business things. You can also use it for things like medical procedures or non-professional sporting events. Step 1. Let's find out if you even need a visa to travel or do business in the US. There are around 38 countries that have exemptions where all you need to do is show up in the United States with your passport and you can travel in the United States for up to 90 days. So check out the list. If any of your countries are on this list, get your passport, buy your plane ticket, and come on over to the USA for your vacation. Like I said, if you're a citizen of any of those 38 countries, you are good. If not, too bad. Let's move on to step 2. Step 2, find out what kind of visa you need. There's usually B1 or B2 visas for these kinds of purposes. A B1 visa is for business things like meeting business partners in the United States, going to a conference, settling a state, dealing with contracts, things like that. And a B2 visa is for people who are going on vacation, doing tourism, or if they're participating in a non-professional sports event that they are not getting paid for, or if they're attending merely a social event. For those things, you need a B2 visa. Step 3, whatever country you live in, I want you to go to the website for the U.S. Embassy in your country. Now, you do this to find out what papers you need to get your visa. Some of those requirements, some of those documents may be different depending on which country you live in. However, there are some things that you will require to have no matter what country you live in, and here they are. You will need to go online and complete the non-immigrant visa application form. That's called the DS-160. You will also need a passport-style photo of yourself, a visa application fee, which is usually a pretty small amount of money, and of course, you will need to schedule your visa interview. This is where you will talk to someone who works in the consular department of the U.S. Embassy. Consular services, those are the people who make the decision whether or not you can go to the U.S. So, very important to make a good impression on these people, yes? Step 4, you will need to bring everything I just mentioned, as well as any documents the U.S. Embassy in your country, their website says you need, to a visa application center. Now, the visa application center may be in the capital city of your country at the embassy, or the U.S. State Department might have a consular office or a mission post somewhere closer to where you live, usually in a major city, where you can go and do application for a visa. You will have to look that up yourself because I don't know which country you live in. During the interview, you have to be ready to discuss the following points. The purpose of your trip. What city do you plan to visit and why? Who are you visiting? What do you do for a living? A detailed explanation of your job or of what you do on a daily basis. That will help the consular office understand your situation. 3, you will need to discuss your direct family. You will have to answer questions about your family life, like, are you married or single? Do you have children, grandchildren? Does your family have visas? And for students who are still in the process of building their career, it's important to speak about your degree program, your courses, and your plans for the future. You may want to also assemble some documents, bring extra documents with you that prove the things you say. This could be your degree, this could be your bank statements, it could be your birth certificate, anything that can help prove what you say is true. Now, the consular officer might not ask those questions. It depends on where you are and what the policies are. But it's good to have them with you, just in case, okay? Now, do not create fake documents or buy fake documents. That may prevent you from ever getting a visa to the U.S. or a lot of other countries. The consular officers frown on that activity, right? They don't like it. So don't do that. If you are in an unsafe country or a situation where you cannot get the documents you need, you may just need to be a refugee of a country closer to where you currently are. The closer a country is to your current country, the more cultural things you are going to share with them, so it will be easier to adjust to a newer life. From there, you can work with that country's government, get documents, build a case, and from there, maybe you can get the paperwork and the documents you need to one day get a visa to the United States. That's what I would advise, and I think that's what many consular officers would advise as well. If I'm wrong, please tell me, okay? I really want to know. I hope this helps you. If it did, please tell me down in the comments below. And if you need any more info, I left a link in the description below that has most of the information I just said. But if you need a little bit more information, that website can certainly help you, okay? To review, you need to step 1, see if any of the countries that are on that list are a country that you're living in. If they're not, continue to step 2, where you determine whether you need a B1 or B2 visa. Step 3, apply for an interview and get all the documents you need. And step 4, you go to the interview, bringing your documents, and be ready to ask questions about your family, your career plans, where you live, and things of that nature. I've included a link to another playlist and one more video I think you might like, so I will see you over on those lessons.